Have you ever had a restless night? Tossing and turning, your stomach feeling a bit off, maybe even waking up groggy and a little irritable the next morning? You're not alone. For many of us over 60, sleep doesn't come as easy as it used to, and the foods we eat after sunset might be quietly sabotaging our rest, energy, and even our digestion. Stick around, because number 4 is one even nutritionists forget to mention, and it might just be the reason you're waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. every night. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Every week we talk about real-life ways to feel better, live stronger, and age well together. Let's be honest, our bodies change as we age. We're more sensitive to blood sugar spikes, digestion slows down a bit, and the sleep we used to get without thinking suddenly becomes a nightly challenge. I remember speaking to my friend Evelyn, who's 74. She told me how every evening she'd enjoy a small bowl of ice cream, just a little treat, before bed. But over time, she noticed her sleep got choppier. She'd wake up feeling unrested and couldn't figure out why. It turned out that tiny evening habit was affecting her body more than she realized. That's why today, we're diving into 7 common foods many seniors eat after sunset that could be hurting your sleep, your energy, and even your heart health. More importantly, we'll talk about what to eat instead. These aren't fad diets or expensive products, just simple swaps that can make a real difference in how you feel every day. Let's start with one that hides in almost everyone's kitchen. Number 1, sugary snacks. Cookies, ice cream, and sweet cereals. What's going on? It's no secret that sugar gives you a temporary burst of energy, but when it comes to late-night eating, that very boost can become a hidden enemy, especially for older adults. Many people reach for sweet snacks like cookies, a scoop of ice cream, or even a bowl of sugary cereal as a comforting way to unwind before bed. Unfortunately, these choices can seriously disrupt your body's natural sleep rhythm. When you eat sugar late in the day, your blood sugar levels spike, prompting your pancreas to release insulin to bring them back down. The issue is that this process doesn't stop just because you're asleep. Your body continues to respond internally, often resulting in a sharp blood sugar crash a few hours later. That crash can trigger wakefulness, making you toss, turn, or wake up in the middle of the night without even realizing why. This is especially important for seniors because insulin sensitivity often declines with age, making your body slower to regulate glucose. This delayed processing can mean even a small, sweet snack might cause a longer and more intense disruption than it would have 20 years ago. Sleep is a critical time for healing, memory consolidation, and hormone balance, and sugar disrupts all 3. High sugar intake before bed has been linked to decreased deep sleep and increased restless movements during the night. In simpler terms, it's not just about how long you sleep, it's about how restful that sleep is. Sugar keeps your system too wired to enter that fully restorative state. Real-life story. Evelyn, the friend I mentioned, swapped her nightly ice cream for a small bowl of Greek yogurt with cinnamon and walnuts. Within a week, her sleep improved, and she stopped waking up at 2 a.m. What to eat instead? The good news is that you can still enjoy a nighttime treat. You just need to make the right choices. Reach for a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt, which contains protein and a touch of natural sweetness without the sugar spike. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon, which can help stabilize blood sugar, and walnuts for healthy fats and magnesium. Alternatively, a small banana is an excellent option. It's rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals known to relax muscles and support better sleep. These foods won't spike your blood sugar, and they offer calming nutrients that work with your body's natural nighttime rhythms. But sugar's not the only hidden sleep stealer. What you drink in the evening matters just as much. Number 2, caffeinated drinks. Tea, chocolate, or decaf. Coffee. Caffeine isn't just hiding in your morning coffee. It quietly lingers in places you might not expect, like a piece of dark chocolate after dinner, that comforting cup of black or green tea, or even a mug of so-called decaf coffee. While the label might say decaffeinated, most decaf coffees still contain around 2 to 5 milligrams of caffeine per cup. That might not sound like much, but for older adults whose bodies metabolize caffeine more slowly, even these small amounts can linger in the system far past bedtime. As we age, the liver's ability to process and clear caffeine from the bloodstream decreases. That means a cup of tea at 7 p.m. can still be affecting your nervous system at midnight. Caffeine blocks a chemical in the brain called adenosine, which helps promote sleepiness. So when caffeine is still floating around in your system, it can make it harder to fall asleep, and more importantly, stay asleep. Even worse, caffeine can reduce the amount of deep sleep you get. That's the truly restorative sleep your body and brain need to recover. And without enough deep sleep, you might wake up feeling groggy or mentally foggy, even if you were in bed for 8 hours. You're not alone. If you've ever thought, "But I only had 1 cup of tea after dinner," only to lie awake later, mind racing. Real-life story. Evelyn, the friend I mentioned, swapped her nightly ice cream for a small bowl of Greek yogurt with cinnamon and walnuts. Within a week, her sleep improved, and she stopped waking up at 2 a.m. Try this instead. If you're used to sipping something warm in the evening, try switching to caffeine-free herbal teas. Chamomile is a classic. It's known for calming the nervous system. Lemon balm has a gentle, relaxing effect. And peppermint tea can also soothe digestion, which is another common cause of nighttime discomfort. All 3 are safe, comforting alternatives that work with your body's natural wind-down process instead of against it. Quick tip: keep a small journal by your bed and jot down what you drank after 6 p.m. for a few days. You might be surprised to notice a pattern between your beverages and your quality of sleep. Now, let's move into a more savory trap, one that's often mistaken for healthy. Number 3, aged or processed cheese and meats. Why it's tricky. Late-night snacking often brings comfort foods to the table, and few are more comforting than cheese and cured meats. Aged cheddar, parmesan, salami, pepperoni, bacon. These are delicious, familiar, and easy to prepare. But they also contain a substance called tyramine, a naturally occurring amino acid that forms as proteins break down in aged and preserved foods. Tyramine may seem harmless, but here's the catch. It can stimulate the brain and increase the release of norepinephrine, a chemical that promotes alertness and increases blood pressure. Instead of helping you wind down for the night, tyramine-rich foods can put your brain into wake-up mode, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. This effect is more noticeable in older adults because the body's ability to process such stimulants diminishes with age. What might have had no impact in your 40s could now result in racing thoughts, restlessness, or waking up multiple times throughout the night. On top of that, many processed meats are high in sodium and saturated fat, which can lead to overnight dehydration or digestive discomfort. 2 more reasons your sleep might be interrupted. Another hidden concern? These foods can contribute to inflammation, which may worsen issues like joint stiffness or nighttime aches. Real-life example. Take Ron, a 68-year-old retiree who loved his late-night cheese plate. After cutting back and switching to light cottage cheese and fresh fruit, he reported deeper sleep and even less joint stiffness in the morning. Better option. Instead of reaching for a slice of aged cheddar or a few strips of bacon, try more sleep-friendly options. Low-fat cottage cheese is rich in casein protein, which helps muscles repair overnight and won't trigger the same kind of stimulation as tyramine-heavy cheeses. Hummus with cucumber slices offers fiber, protein, and hydration, all helpful for a restful night. And if you're craving something savory, a slice of turkey is a great choice. It contains tryptophan, an amino acid that actually helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, two hormones that support sleep. But hold on, there's a breakfast favorite that may be sneaking into your dinners, and it's not helping. Let's take a closer look at why even healthy evening carbs can backfire. Number 4. White bread and pasta. Here's the issue. Many people turn to comforting foods like white bread, pasta, or white rice for dinner, or even as a light evening snack. They're easy, familiar, and satisfying. But there's a hidden cost. These refined carbohydrates are rapidly broken down into sugar in the bloodstream, leading to quick spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Now, during the day, your body has time to burn that sugar off. But at night, when you're winding down and your metabolism naturally slows, that sugar has nowhere to go. It can linger in your bloodstream, causing restlessness, fragmented sleep, and even middle-of-the-night wake-ups due to sudden blood sugar crashes. What starts as a cozy bowl of pasta could be the reason you're tossing and turning hours later. But it doesn't stop there. These refined carbs are also known to increase inflammation, which can aggravate conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Your body relies on the overnight hours to repair and restore, but when you eat a heavy serving of refined carbs late in the evening, you're flooding your system with the nutritional equivalent of static. It's like giving your body more cleanup work at the very time it needs to rest. Let's paint a picture. Think of your body at night like a maintenance crew working to clean and repair, sweeping out cellular waste, fixing tissue, balancing hormones. Now imagine you send in a flood of sticky, processed carbs right before the night shift starts. That crew can't do its job efficiently. Everything is bogged down, and the work doesn't get done. The next day, you feel groggy, stiff, and mentally sluggish. Try this. Instead, swap out the refined carbs for whole grains, which digest more slowly and don't cause the same blood sugar spike. Try a small slice of whole grain toast with almond butter, a few whole grain crackers with a slice of avocado, or a modest bowl of quinoa with steamed veggies. These options provide fiber, protein, and slow-digesting carbs, exactly what your body prefers in the evening to maintain stable energy and promote better sleep. We're not done yet. Next is a surprising, healthy food that can actually trigger nighttime indigestion, and chances are you've had it in your fridge this week. Number 5. Citrus fruits. Wait, what? Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and even pineapples often feel like smart, healthy choices. They're packed with vitamin C, full of water, and naturally sweet. But here's the nighttime problem. Citrus fruits are highly acidic, and that acidity can spell trouble, especially when eaten close to bedtime. When you lie down after eating acidic foods, the acid content in your stomach has an easier time creeping back up into your esophagus, triggering acid reflux or heartburn. This is particularly common in older adults, as the muscle that keeps stomach acid in place, the lower esophageal sphincter, tends to weaken with age. That means even small amounts of acid, like the kind in half an orange or a glass of juice, can lead to discomfort, burning sensations, or even coughing and sore throat during the night. Citrus fruits can also stimulate the stomach to produce more acid, which might not be a big deal during the day, but at night, it can interfere with digestion, sleep quality, and even lead to nausea for some individuals. The acidity can also aggravate existing conditions like GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, which becomes more common as we age. Story time. Margaret, 70, loved ending her day with a glass of orange juice until she realized it was the reason behind her nightly heartburn. Margaret's experience isn't rare. Many older adults associate heartburn with spicy or greasy foods, but are surprised to find that something as seemingly innocent as fruit can be the hidden culprit. And because citrus is often consumed in liquid form, like orange or grapefruit juice, It can reach the stomach quickly and provoke a reaction faster than solid food would. Swap it out. So, what can you enjoy instead? Reach for non-acidic fruits that are naturally calming and easy on digestion. Bananas are a wonderful choice. They contain magnesium and potassium, which may help relax muscles and calm the nervous system. Steamed apples with a sprinkle of cinnamon can satisfy a sweet tooth without triggering reflux. A warm pear compote is another gentle option. It's soft, naturally sweet, and comforting. And speaking of warmth, there's a beverage many of us sip at night that might be doing more harm than good. Number 6. Alcohol. The myth. A small glass of wine in the evening feels like a ritual for many, something to take the edge off, especially after a long day. And it's true that alcohol can make you feel relaxed or even drowsy at first. But here's what's often overlooked. While alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, it disrupts the quality of your sleep, particularly the deeper, restorative stages. When you consume alcohol before bed, it interferes with REM sleep, the critical phase where your brain processes emotions, solidifies memories, and repairs itself. Without enough REM, you may wake up feeling groggy, irritable, or mentally foggy, even if you technically got a full night's rest. Over time, this pattern can contribute to daytime fatigue, mood changes, and cognitive issues. And that's not all. Alcohol is also a diuretic, which means it increases urine production. That relaxing glass of wine can lead to more frequent trips to the bathroom during the night, breaking up your sleep and making it harder to fall back asleep. For seniors who already deal with lighter sleep or overactive bladders, this can become a frustrating cycle. Dehydration is another overlooked consequence. Alcohol pulls fluids from your system, leaving you feeling dry and achy the next morning. It can also trigger night sweats, particularly in older adults whose hormonal balance and hydration levels are more sensitive. You're not alone. If you've ever felt drowsy after wine, then found yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., wondering what happened. This experience is incredibly common. The initial calm is deceptive. It masks the rebound effect your brain experiences later, causing increased alertness, rapid heartbeat, or restlessness in the middle of the night. That 2 a.m. wake-up call? Often the result of your body metabolizing the alcohol and reacting to the imbalance it caused. Instead, try a warm cup of almond milk or turmeric milk, also called golden milk. These soothing drinks are caffeine-free and contain nutrients that support muscle relaxation, reduce inflammation, and promote a calming bedtime ritual. Turmeric, in particular, has been linked to reduced anxiety and better digestion, two things that can make a world of difference when winding down for sleep. Finally, let's look at a comfort food that's often overlooked, but can cause some sneaky issues after sunset. Number 7. Fried or fatty foods. The problem. We all love the comfort of a warm, crispy snack in the evening, whether it's a plate of fries, fried chicken, or buttery pastries during a favorite TV show. But these foods, while satisfying in the moment, can quietly wreak havoc on your sleep later that night. Why? Because fried and fatty foods take a long time to digest, and that slow digestion puts extra strain on your stomach just when your body is trying to wind down. As we age, our digestive system naturally becomes less efficient. The stomach produces less acid, and the movement of food through the intestines slows. Heavy, greasy meals tend to sit in the stomach for hours, making it harder for the body to rest. Lying down with undigested fatty food in your belly can also trigger acid reflux or heartburn, which are two of the most common nighttime complaints among older adults. And even if you don't get full-blown heartburn, your sleep quality may still suffer. Your body ends up spending energy digesting instead of focusing on recovery and deep sleep. This can leave you waking up feeling sluggish, with bloating, indigestion, or a foggy head. Real-life example. Jerry, 73, used to eat fried snacks while watching TV. Swapping that for air-popped popcorn with olive oil and herbs helped him feel lighter and sleep more soundly. Jerry's shift is a perfect example of how small food changes can have a big impact. He didn't give up snacking, he just made a gentler choice for his digestive system. It's not about restriction, but about creating a routine that supports better sleep and easier mornings. Gentle swap. Instead of reaching for fried snacks or creamy treats at night, go for lighter options that are still satisfying. Baked sweet potato slices are naturally sweet and rich in fiber, which supports digestion. Air-popped popcorn tossed with a little olive oil, and herbs gives you crunch without the grease. Or try roasted chickpeas. They're crunchy, flavorful, and packed with protein and fiber to help you feel full without being weighed down. So, what's the big picture? Let's bring it all together with a quick recap and talk about how to build an evening eating routine that truly supports restful sleep. Let's quickly go over what we've learned. Sugary snacks spike and crash your blood sugar. Caffeine hides in more places than we think. Aged cheeses and meats overstimulate your brain. White bread and pasta don't play nice with nighttime repair. Citrus fruits may cause silent reflux. Alcohol feels relaxing but disrupts your sleep quality. Fried foods weigh you down literally and figuratively. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up your evening snack, you just need to choose smarter. These small changes can help you sleep better, wake up with more energy, and even support your digestion and heart. Aging doesn't mean suffering, it means adapting. And when we do it together, it becomes empowering. So tonight, maybe try that warm turmeric milk or a few almonds before bed. Your body will thank you tomorrow. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Helps us reach more people who could use these gentle reminders. Drop a comment below which of these surprised you the most, or share your own nighttime routine. We learn so much from each other. Until then, take good care.